Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bit of a different thing today. I'm going to go over my top tips to get you on the road to building like a pro. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe. But before we jump into the tips, remember these tips will help you improve your building, but no one goes from a noob to a pro overnight. As annoying as it may be, it does take time. With that said, let's jump right in. So as you can see, I have 4 builds over here, and yes, I know none of them are particularly great, but one is definitely better than the rest. But we'll get to that in a minute. We'll start with this one. If we're being honest, most of us have built something like this at some point. Sure, it functions, it'll protect you from bad weather, monsters, give you a safe place to sleep. But so does a hole in the ground. If you are genuinely considering building something like this, don't. Don't waste your time. Dig a hole into the ground and live there until you get the resources to build yourself something better. So on to tip 1, if we move along to the next build. Frame your builds. A frame can not only add some depth, but shape, texture, all at once. There are sometimes a frame can be placed in line with the walls, but I do find generally they are better being one block out from the rest of the build. And frames can just really add something to a build if it feels like it's missing something. On to the next build, and on to our next tip, is texture. Where possible, don't have everything built out of the same material. It'll make your build look incredibly flat. If we just hop over here, I made a demonstration. Sure, it has a frame, it has a roof, but because it's all the same block, it still just looks flat. And flat builds just don't look good. So going back to our row of houses, going on to the final house, and our third tip is shape. Shape on a build can really help it take it to the next level. Even with a frame and texture, a cube is still just a cube. And not only that, shape doesn't just apply to the walls of your build, but to the roof, windows, and the landscape around it. Adding shape will just really make your build just so much better. So those are my 3 main tips, but I do have a couple more for you, so don't go away just yet. But these main ones will get you on the road from building something like this to something like this and beyond. So taking a look at the build in front of me now, which you'll recognize from the thumbnail, which by the way, if you guys want, I am happy to do a tutorial on. Just leave me a comment, let me know if you would like that. But back to my next tip, details. Details are also something that will bring your build to the next level. Now, personally, I don't think there is a true right or wrong with the amount of detailing you should do. A lot of that depends on the size of the build, because generally you want more detailing on bigger builds and less on smaller builds, but also your personal preference. So I lean more towards preferring minimal detail, but some people are the complete opposite end and have so much detail to the point some people think it's massively over detailed and everywhere in between. But what matters most is what you like. Do you like only a little bit of detail, somewhere in between, or loads of detail? And that's something only you can figure out, what you like. And now for my last tip. Experiment. Yeah, there are certain block palettes that pretty much always work together, but don't be afraid to throw something else in there or even try a new style. I've got a clip from Gwent's wool storage area, and he has done exactly this. Despite what he and most think of bricks, he decided to give it a go and is happy with the results. Now, you might not like it, and that is fine, but he does, and that is what matters. For the most part, it only matters what you think about your build. So if you like it or want to try it, go for it. You can be genuinely surprised at how things turn out. Obviously, it doesn't always work. Sometimes you can try something and think that is absolutely terrible and you should never have done that. But sometimes you can But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!